welcome to class. We'll start on our backs as usual. So you can lie down. When you're ready, if you'd like to close your eyes. Let your arms and legs rest in a comfortable position. Start to pay attention to how quick or slow your breath feels. As you feel your muscles relax into the ground, try slowing your breathing down just a little bit. And maybe even close your lips and just breathe through your nose. Feel your shoulders drop down into the ground. And feel all the muscles along the neck and shoulders start to relax. Relax any tension in your jaw or across your forehead. Take one more slow breath in through your nose, letting your lungs fill up. And softly breathe out through your nose. You can open and close your hands. Feel your fingers stretch out really wide. And then feel them all curl in towards your palm. And relax your hands. You can bend your knees one at a time if they aren't already bent. And then slowly move your toes. You can move your feet, lifting your heels and lifting the toes. And then one leg at a time, hug your knees to your chest. You can gently rock on your back from side to side. Feel your breath continue to move really slowly and steadily through the nose. to one side. Use your hands to push yourself up. Come onto your hands and knees. And spread out your fingers. Feel your fingertips, your finger pads, push away from the mat. So all the weight isn't just dropping straight down into the bottom of your palm, but it's distributed through the whole hand. And look between your hands. And start to rock your body weight forward a little, back a little. Keep gripping the mat with your fingers. And start to move your weight a little side to side. Good. And then circle your weight over your wrists. You can change directions after a few circles. And then tuck your toes under and walk your hands a little closer to your knees. Keep your fingers spread out, gripping the mat. And then just rock forward a little bit and hold there. Good, rock back. Turn your hands around. So the heel of the hand is in the front, the fingers are pointing back towards the knees. And very gently let your weight rock back or sit back closer to your heels. Good. Bring your weight back over the center of the wrist. Just turn one hand over so the back of the left hand is on the ground. The fingers are still pointing back towards the knees. And then very gently rock back or sit back. Good. Shake out the left hand, turn it back around, and then flip your right hand over. The back of the hand touches the ground. The fingers point back. Your thumb is pointing in. And then gently rock back. Try to keep your arm as straight as you can while you do this one, so you actually feel a stretch in your forearm. Good. Shake out the right hand a little. Release your toes back. You can come up to a kneel or sit back on your feet. And just shake the hands out, open and close again. Move your fingers around. You can interlace the fingers as well and just shake out the wrist. Good. Now come onto your hands and knees again. Feel the whole hand, grip the mat, look down, and tuck your tailbone under. Feel your whole spine slowly round, relax your neck. And then lift the tailbone up, arch your lower back, flatten your upper back, and lift your head. And then tuck the tailbone again. The movement starts at your tailbone and works up the spine. Lift the tailbone up first, start to arch the lower back, flatten the upper back, lift your head. And take a long breath out as you tuck your tailbone and slowly round your spine. Take a slow breath in as your tailbone lifts, your back arches. Exhale as you round your spine, tucking your tailbone first. And keep going with your breath, inhaling as your tailbone lifts and your back arches, and exhale as it rounds. come back to the middle, a neutral spine. Walk your hands a step or two forward, bring your hips forward and slowly lower your torso to the ground. Point your toes back, hug your elbows in, and look down as you lift your chest. It doesn't have to lift high. Feel your elbows tuck in, your shoulder blades squeeze back. And then slowly lower your head, lower your chest. Push straight back up and then sit back towards your heels. Relax your neck. And keep reaching, stretching forward with the fingertips. And take a long inhale as you lift your hips. Bring your chest forward. Exhale as your chest comes straight down. Squeeze your elbows in. Inhale as you lift your chest. And exhale as you roll down. Good. Push back and sit on your hips. Sit on your heels. Inhale to round your spine forward. Lower as you exhale. Inhale as your chest lifts, your shoulders squeeze back. And then exhale as you lower your chest and push all the way back to your heels. One more time. Inhale as you round your spine forward. Exhale as you lower your chest. Inhale as you lift your chest. Exhale as you come down and push back to sit on your heels. Good. Slowly come out of that seated position. Tuck your toes. Sorry, just looking at the screen. Okay. Tuck your toes under, lift your hips up, and come into a downward facing dog. And slowly pedal your heels as your calves warm up, as your ankles and your feet warm up. Take a few more breaths. And look back at your feet so your neck stays relaxed. Good. Lower your knees to the mat. Step your left foot forward into a shallow lunge and lift your chest up. And sweep your arms over your head, reaching all the way up. You can interlace your fingers and push your palms to the ceiling. As your palms push up, feel your right glute squeeze, so you're getting a stretch in the front of your hip. And release your fingertips, let your arms come down. Inhale as you reach forward and up. And then cactus your arms as you exhale. Feel the elbows pull back and down. Release the hands. And inhale back up. Cactus your arms as you exhale. Release the fingers. Bring your fingertips down to the mat, or down to the ground. Tuck your back toes under and lift your back knee. Feel the heel stretch back. You can come up onto your fingertips. Maybe just rock a little bit here. And drop your back knee down again and start to move your hips forward and back. Good, one more time. Step the left foot back. Bring the right foot forward. Inhale as you reach your arms up and over your head. Interlace your fingers and push the palms towards the ceiling. This time, squeeze your left glute as you stretch up through the palms. And release your hands down. Inhale as you reach forward and up. And cactus your arms as you exhale. Feel the elbows pull back and down. Inhale. And exhale. And bring your fingertips to your mat. Tuck your back toes. Lift your lift your knee. You can rock here again if you'd like. Just a gentle rock on the back foot. And then let your back knee come down and rock your hips forward and back. They don't have to move all the way back and all the way forward, just a small movement. Good. Step your knees together. Plant your palms. Tuck your toes and lift up to downward dog again. Just take your time pedaling your heels. And lift your right foot off the mat. And just hook your foot behind your left ankle. Start to lift your left heel off the mat. Push away from the mat with the hands. And then lower your left heel down as far as it comfortably stretches. And do that again. Just lift up slowly and lower down slowly. And you're just getting that added weight of your right leg as you do this. Try to keep the movement really slow and controlled as you lift your left heel and slowly lower it. Good. Release the right foot, place it on the mat, and hook your left foot behind your right ankle. And lift up slowly, coming right onto the balls of the feet, and then lower slowly. Lift up, and slowly lower. See where you feel comfortable lowering to, and then lift back up. And one more. Place the left foot back down. Drop your knees to the mat. Step your left foot forward, so you're in a shallow lunge again. This time, reach just your left arm up towards the ceiling. Imagine there is a wall running right along the left side of the body, and you're not going to touch that wall. As you reach the left arm up, rotate the palm out and reach back. So your chest is turning and your arm or your hand is not touching that imaginary wall. And then reach back up, rotate your chest forward, and reach down. So you're trying to turn from your upper back to avoid this arm banging into that imaginary wall. So we'll do this several times. Reach up, rotate the palm out, reach back, and then circle your arm overhead and around. You can keep going. You can do this at your own pace. Might be moving a little faster or slower than I am. Just get a feel for that rotation through your upper back as you circle your arm. There's a bit of balancing involved in this too. Good. One more time, reach your arm up, circle it back. Try not to touch the imaginary wall. Good. Bring your fingertips down. Step your knees together and bring the right foot forward into a lunge. Lift your chest. And this time, reach your right arm up. And take a second to just picture that wall there running right alongside the right side of your body. And you're twisting the chest so as you reach back, your arm is not hitting the wall. Take your right arm back up and around. And keep going at your own pace. Good. One last time. Reach up. Twist your upper back as you reach back. And then take your arm back around. Place your palms down, tuck your back toes, step back to downward dog. You can pedal the feet if you'd like. And slowly walk your feet up to your hands. Relax your neck, soften your knees, let the head hang. Let your arms hang or hold on to your elbows. Good. Release your elbows. Take a slow inhale as your arms sweep up to the ceiling. And then lower them down by your sides. Good. Take your feet hip width apart. No. Actually, take your feet together. We're going to do something a little different. With your feet together, take a wide step back with the left foot and turn your right toes in. So you have this wide stance. And then turn the left toes just slightly in and point the right toes out. And draw an imaginary line from your right heel straight back and try to have your back arch in line with the front heel. Then lift your arms up to the height of your shoulders. Look at your right knee as it bends. And try to keep the knee tracking in line with the foot. And if it feels like you're reaching forward or leaning back, keep your arms at shoulder height and your shoulders above your hips. Warrior two. You can look out past your right fingertips. If it feels like your feet are sliding away from each other on the mat, without actually moving them, imagine you're pulling your heels closer together. And without changing anything about your legs, just relax your arms and place the backs of your hands against your lower back. And keep your chest lifted, your shoulder blades back, your elbows back. Then hover your hands just off your lower back. Right. And then straighten out your arms. Slowly turn your palms upward and reach to the ceiling. Then bend your elbows and tap your palms to your upper back or the tops of your shoulders. And keep your elbows high as you straighten your arms back out. Rotate your palms out and bring your arms down. And keep going, letting the backs of the hands touch the lower back again. Good. We'll do that again. Feel the elbows come back, the shoulders back, and hover your hands just off your torso, just off your spine. And then straighten out your arms. Rotate your palms up. Slowly reach up. And then at the top, bend your elbows, tap your upper back, and then reach back up. Rotate the palms down, and let your arms settle at shoulder height. And straighten out the right leg. Turn your right toes in, and point your left toes out. Good. Your hips are right under your shoulders, arms at shoulder height. Watch your left knee start to bend, and the knee is in line with the foot. Sorry, I'm getting these notices on the screen. Right, so from your warrior 2, you can relax your arms, keep your legs as they are. Place the backs of the hands at the lower back. Feel your chest get a little broader, your elbows come back. And then hover your hands off your spine. Straighten out your arms, rotate the palms up and reach up. And tap your upper back. Reach back up to the ceiling, rotate the palms out, and bring your arms down. And then let them rest again at the lower back. Once more. Elbows back, hover your hands, straighten your arms, rotate your palms up and reach overhead, and just tap your upper back. Reach up, bring your arms to shoulder height, and then relax your arms, straighten your left leg, turn your toes in, and again, turn the right toes out, angle the left toes in. Lift your arms and bend your right knee. Good. This time, let your arms relax and interlace your fingers at your lower back. You can keep the elbows bent or straighten the elbows out and reach back through the knuckles. Then keep your spine long. Start to slowly bring your torso forward. You're aiming for the corner of your mat. You can stop here quite high up or lower down a bit more. Try to keep your shoulder blades back, your chest broad. And push away from the mat with your feet as you lift your chest. Release your arms. Straighten out your right leg and turn your right leg in, your left leg out. Keep your torso facing forward, shoulders and hips in line. Bend your left knee. Good. And then interlace your fingers again at your back. Keep the elbows straight or bent. Good. With a long spine, broad chest, fold forward, or it's actually more of a diagonal. So you're aiming for that corner of your mat if you're using a mat. Ready to push away from the ground with both feet, slowly lift back up. Turn your left foot in, release your arms, and then heel toe the feet back together. Step to the top of your mat, the top of your space. Rotate your palms forward. Take a long inhale as you reach overhead. And then exhale as you dive forward, softening your knees. Relax your neck and your arms. And place your hands on the mat or your fingertips on the mat. Step one leg back and then the other leg back, keeping the knees off the mat. So you're in a plank position. And from this plank, roll to the outer edge of your right foot. Lift your left arm to the ceiling. If this is too much, you can always bring the bottom knee down. Try to keep your hips lifted, keep your right hand pushing away from the ground. If you want to make this a little more challenging, you can stack your feet and then lift your left leg up and lower it down. Lift it up and lower. Do that a couple more times. And then roll through to center. And take your weight on your left side. Lift your right arm to the ceiling. Keep the hips high and drop the bottom knee if you need to. You can try that challenging version if you want, or just hold this side plank. It's challenging on its own. Good. Roll back to center. Drop your knees, sit back on your heels, child's pose. Let your breathing slow down a little more. Walk your hands in and lift your head up. Sit to one hip and swing your legs around. And come onto our backs. You can hug your knees in. Feel your breathing continue to slow down and try to breathe through your nose if it isn't too much. And release your arms. Slowly lower your feet. And you can straighten out your legs or keep the knees bent. Let your eyes close. Allow your arms and legs to feel heavy. All of your muscles can relax. And your breathing can slow back down. Notice if there's any tension in your jaw or your face, your shoulders, your belly, or around your hips and tops of your thighs. Feel all of those muscles relax as you breathe. toes. And rock your head from side to side. And slide your feet in one at a time. Roll to one side. And cradle your head in your arm. You can keep your eyes closed as you push yourself up. Come to a seated position. Stretch your tailbone towards the ground and lengthen the crown of your head towards the ceiling. Relax your shoulders, relax your face. And begin to blink your eyes open. Thank you for joining me. Thank you for joining me.